I was disheartened and surprised to see Philip DeFranco jumping on the fake news bandwagon, putting out a video talking about hate and bigotry. And I thought, man, you know, if even conservatives are being duped by this story without looking for evidence, wow, that's crazy. But even Philip DeFranco, who exists in his own unique bubble on YouTube outside of all of the different tribes, his audience is unique. It really is. I covered this story about the data tracking, recommendations. And Philip DeFranco doesn't fit into any one tribe. He's literally right in the middle. And I have tremendous respect for him and the work he does, but even he fell victim to this. Now, I'll say I was even more disheartened when he didn't offer an overt apology. He did say, based on new evidence, he was going to get rid of his tweet, but he stands by his message. I think the appropriate thing to say is, I apologize to these kids for saying things wrong. But everybody just jumped on this story. And here we have an opinion piece written by Julie Irwin Zimmerman. I failed the Covington Catholic test. Next time there's a viral story, I'll wait for more facts to emerge. People looked at this kid's face, which in reality was the face of confusion. He's awkwardly smiling, probably because he doesn't understand what's going on and doesn't want to appear like a dick. But instead, people just assumed it was a smug, I can do whatever I want face. How screwed up has this story been, seriously? Like many people who spend too much time on Twitter, I watched with indignation Saturday morning as stories began appearing about a confrontation near the Lincoln Memorial between students from the Catholic high school and a Native American. The story felt personal to me. I live a few miles from the high school, and my son attends a nearby all-boys Catholic high school. I texted him right away, ready with a lesson on what the students had done wrong. They were menacing a man much older than them, I told him, and chanting, "Build the wall." They weren't. Why did people think? Isn't that the craziest thing? They saw the video, and they just assumed "Build the wall" was being chanted. They didn't ask, they didn't listen, they didn't do anything. They said, yeah, they're chanting, end of story. That's truly terrifying, how the mob mentality just took over. And even right now, lunatic cannibal Reza Aslan, I'm not trying to be a dick, but the dude's, okay, that was disrespectful, but I'm going to say this. Reza Aslan is unwell and ate human brain, and I think that needs to be pointed out. Okay, he ate a little tiny piece of human brain, but still, he loses credibility across the board. He said, maybe it was in my imagination. Are you nuts, dude? Like, that's worrisome that he's still doubling down on this narrative, that people really believe this. And this smirking kid blocked his path and wouldn't let him leave. The short video, the subject of at least 2/3 of my Twitter feed on Saturday, made me cringe. And the smirking kid in particular got to me. His smugness radiating from under the red MAGA hat was everything I wanted my teenagers not to be. But in reality, it was just a kid standing waiting for the bus. Some dude gets in his face banging a drum, and the kid's just probably thinking like, what? I have no idea what's going on. What would you do? And it's crazy that other people said to me, I was arguing with blue checkmark journalists, okay, for hours, calmly saying like, listen, watch the video. I don't need to watch, no, like watch the 2-hour live stream. Here are some timestamps. I don't need to watch that. I know what happened. I saw that kid's face. And I'm like, dude, this guy walked up to that kid and started banging a drum in his face. Why does the responsibility fall on the kid who's like 15 or 16 years old? I don't know how old he is as a kid, to defuse a situation just because he's standing there. And this guy gets in his face. No, the adults need to take over here and tell the kids what to do. But maybe this says something else. These progressives who are freaking out, shrieking, and calling for violence, maybe they don't understand the responsibility of being an adult because they're immature, undeveloped. They've had bulldozer parents plow all of the obstacles out of their way. So anyway, look, we get this story. If the Covington Catholic incident was a test, it's one I failed, along with most others. Will we learn from it? Of course not. Absolutely not. Or will we continue to roam social media looking for the next outrage fix? Next time a story like this surfaces, I'll try to sit it out until more facts emerge. I'll tell you what happened. Someone sent me this story right when it started picking up steam. And I looked at it, and I saw a kid smiling at a guy drumming in his face. And here's what I'll tell you. The guy drumming, let's remove all of the context and say the only thing you're looking at is a kid and a drummer, and they're in each other's face. I immediately thought, even if that kid is trying to start something, the adult should probably move and stop banging the drum as close as he is to the kid's face. Why would you do that? All I saw was two individuals refusing to back down. And so I said, okay, you've got two people standing their ground. One guy's banging a drum, the other kid's smiling. He does have a weird expression, but I didn't know how to frame it because I didn't know the context. I didn't immediately assume one side was right or wrong. Maybe this is something about me and what makes me the kind of journalist I am. I don't immediately take sides until I understand the full context. And ultimately I said, okay, in this video I see a kid standing still while a guy drums. I have no idea who did what or why. Why does this matter? Why is anyone sending me this? This isn't news. It's literally just two people standing there. I'm not covering, and I ignored it. Later, someone sent me another video and they're like, Tim, this proves that the Native American entered their group. And so I watched the video and I said, I don't care. Who cares? It's a bunch of kids jumping up and down and a guy banging a drum. Literally nothing happened. No one said anything mean. No one said anything hateful in the video. There's an individual on Twitter, I'm not going to name because I respect this person, who posted something critical of the kids. And I responded as a high-profile, not hardcore like lefty type, but like a, celebrity type, high-profile individual. And I was just like, what am I missing? Like, I don't understand why everyone's mad. And the response I got was, we'll never budge on this, and so it's better not to have a dialogue. There's no point in engaging in dialogue because I know neither of us is going to agree. But I didn't even know what I was supposed to be agreeing to. I saw a video where nothing happened. And this individual, I sent them a DM saying, I absolutely respect the polite response. I think they're a good person. And I appreciate that they took the time to respectfully decline in such a way that said, I respect, essentially how I felt was, I respect your views. I understand you have a point of view. Let's not get into it. And I said, it's unfortunate because my stance is kind of like, let's understand what's happening. I don't have a side. I wasn't defending the kids. I just didn't know what was going on. So it's unfortunate the dialogue couldn't happen. But I still respected the politeness of it. Now this individual is actually basically like wiped out their Twitter account and gotten off the platform. I don't necessarily know why, but I do have tremendous respect for them. And I hope you would extend that respect to them eventually. If please don't go and seek them out. They're good people. Reza Aslan, on the other hand, is like a really awful individual. But this brings me to the next story. From Ash Scow on the Daily Wire, blue checkmarks delete tweets defaming Covington Catholic kids after footage shows they were not aggressors. When an edited clip of Catholic teenagers surrounding a Native American man first emerged, it was billed as evidence of racist high school students harassing an indigenous person. Right. Because it's what activists do. It's what they always do. And it's probably why I'm more resilient than the average person. During Occupy Wall Street, there was a viral video of a cop swinging a baton violently at protesters. It went viral. And I was like, whoa, what happened? The full video reveals the protesters actually knocked the hat off the cop and started shaking barricades trying to knock him over before the cop frantically starts pushing people with the baton and then swinging in desperation. And so I said, the reality is it was a nuanced situation. The activists aggressed on the officer, and the officer just seems to have panicked after someone smacked his hat off his head. So, or one of the cops had their hat smacked off and then everyone's shaking. I don't know if it was the same cop. The point was, I saw right away that activists did this on purpose. In fact, activists told me they did it on purpose. Another video they made showed the cop swinging the baton, but they made it a lightsaber with lightsaber noises. This was an attempt at making it go viral further. It was part of a collage of Star Wars references in police brutality because they wanted people to share it like a meme. And it worked to a certain extent. And I realized they've totally flubbed the narrative on purpose. That's what I see right here. People lied. The activists lied, claiming these kids went to their march. Well, I think you probably know all the context already, so let's stop rambling on about what we already know and look at what happened with the retractions. New York Times opinion writer Kara Swisher, for instance, deleted one tweet saying she was thinking of finding every one of these shitty kids and giving them a very large piece of my mind. And other tweets showing slurs like Nazi and nationalist. Sinclair chief political correspondent Scott Thurman deleted a tweet alleging students in MAGA hats were mocking and taunting a Native American in front of the Lincoln Memorial in D.C., asking in a new tweet if the new video changed minds about the kids. Yes, a 64-year-old man got in the face of a child and banged a drum in his face, and then lied about it on television, claiming they were saying build the wall, never happened, claiming this kid, I kid you not, if you watch my main video today, sidestepping, trying to block his path, never happened. But people keep saying it did. People are still defending this. It's absolutely insane. Screenshot bot. Check this out. This is fantastic. Kara Swisher deleted this tweet. Kara Swisher deleted this tweet. Kara Swisher deleted this tweet. Scott Thurman deleted this tweet. Ed and Brian Krasenstein, both opponents of Donald Trump, each deleted tweets condemning the teens. Yep. It's a screenshot bot. Good job. Wow. Look at all this. This guy says, the words of a true Native American hero and Vietnam veteran. That's another lie. We don't know if he's a Vietnam veteran. Nathan Phillips, after dozens, bigoted, coming in, blah, blah, blah. Listen in his own words. This is a video of Nathan Phillips lying about what happened. He's crying and lying, claiming the kids were chanting, build that wall. This individual approached the kids, drummed in his face, and then lied about it. Proven fact. Let me preface. CNN said, we did not hear any of those chants audible in the audio recording. The other activist who filmed this also claimed they were chanting "Build that wall." Never happened. Reza Aslan is claiming it happened. It was a 2-hour live stream. I sat through that whole goddamn thing, and not once did I hear anybody say "Build the wall." According to the kids, they were chanting school slogans. Some people are also claiming the kids are making the football tossing gesture and claiming it was a tomahawk thing that was meant to be disrespectful. And I'm like, dude, I could be wrong. I don't know a whole lot about football, but my understanding is it's a football throw. You're throwing a football. They were chanting like high school football slogans or something to that effect. You know, maybe I'm wrong, but the point is, I'm not going to condemn or condone the behavior. I'm just going to say, I don't know what it is. But what's crazy is that these people jumped on the bandwagon, death threats sent to these kids, and now they're retracting and deleting all of this. The New Republic's Jeet here deleted a tweet responding to Reason's Robbie Sov's analysis. Yup. This guy, Robbie Sov, wrote, Soav, or however you pronounce it, wrote an article saying, you know, like, here's what really happened. And this is what I was talking about. So you think doing the tomahawk chant to mock a native isn't racist? Cool, cool. My understanding is that, look, I don't know what the tomahawk thing was. I thought it was a football thing. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was. Okay, if you know, comment below. Matt Wolking, communications director for Senator Bill Cassidy, captured a now-deleted tweet from CNN's Bakari Sellers calling one of the Catholic students deplorable and suggesting people can also be punched in the face. He is a deplorable. Some people, like, they're trying to dance the line of calling for violence on these kids, fantasizing about punching a 15-year-old. Look at Reza Aslan. He didn't even delete this one. Reza Aslan doubled down like a lunatic. Patton Oswalt deleted a tweet that linked to a thread from someone who revealed personal information about the students most targeted by the online hate mob. Wow. Arrows pointing out, important, thoughtful thread. Please read it. I'll take a minute tops. Now, to Patton Oswalt's defense, the thread says, I'm not going to dox these kids because they're just kids and we have to accept kids make mistakes. It's still wrong, but Patton Oswalt wasn't retweeting a doxing of any sort. So, Anna Navarro, look at this. Look, wow, look, isn't this crazy, all of these tweets that got deleted? These people are insane, absolutely insane. My God. Okay, I hope this is done. This story was a non-story to begin with, but you know what? Some people have said it's a distraction from BuzzFeed, but I'll tell you what, I don't think it was. BuzzFeed's flubbed up, okay? They pumped out fake news, and look, I'll give BuzzFeed some credit here. They said they stand by it. Hey, don't kick the hubris out the window. It's entirely possible that Mueller is somehow covering something up and obstructing justice to protect BuzzFeed's story or to deny BuzzFeed's story for some reason. But BuzzFeed's claiming there's maybe an obstruction, a leak investigation. But if Mueller's lying to prevent an investigation of corruption, that would be obstruction. So I don't think BuzzFeed really wants to imply Mueller's corrupt, do they? But look, we'll give him, look, it's possible the story's true. Don't get, like, never be so obstinate you can't accept that. I just think it's likely not true. And thus, especially with Mueller saying it isn't. But anyway, BuzzFeed pumps out fake news. More fake news emerges. We are facing a fake news crisis of epic proportions where all of these people are deleting their tweets. These people are, you know, insane. It's just, whatever. Thanks for hanging out. I'm getting out of here. That's it for the day. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 10 a.m. on this channel, 1 p.m. hopefully, and then 4 p.m. on youtube.com/Timcast. See you then.